here and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks. And today we are making a men's scarf in the waffle stitch. So here we are, we have a scarf, really simple, in such a lovely stitch to do, and it looks marvelous. So let's get started on making this scarf. So for this project I used James C. Brett Marble Chunky. It is a ball of 200 grams and I used 2 balls. I do have a little bit left, so you could make this longer if you wanted to. My scarf weighs 340 grams, so there's a little bit left. This is my leftover. So this is the colour MC45 and this is the one that Dirk chose. It has lots of different colors, reds, greens, a little bit of blue, really lovely colors. So the other thing that you will need obviously is your hook. Now this yarn is prescribed for a 6mm hook, so I am using a 6mm hook. Normally I would go down to a 5.5 because that's what I need to do for my tension, but I wanted it to be slightly looser, so 6 it is. And then of course scissors and a darning needle to sew in your ends. The width of this scarf is 30 centimeters or 12 inches. And the length of this scarf is 150 centimeters or 60 inches. Obviously you can make this scarf as long as you want, or even make it longer until your yarn runs out. Like I said, I have some left. So for demonstration purposes I am not going to be using the Marble Chunky for several reasons. Because it's speckled, it will be more difficult for you to see the stitches, so I'm going to use a plain. And I am going to use an Aran because I don't have a plain chunky. So for this Aran I will be using a 5. So we're going to get started by doing a slip knot. You insert your hook and you're going to chain 33. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 31, 32, 33. There we go. So this is my chain of 33. So now that I have my 33 chains, I'm going to do a turning chain. So you turn, so to speak. Then we are going to start doing double crochet. So you yarn over, you skip the turning chain, you disregard that one, and you go into the 33rd chain. You pick up the strand and you do a double crochet. There we go. And you are going to be placing a double crochet in each stitch along your chain. I will see you at the end of the row. And I'm just doing my last stitch here in the last chain. So I now have 33 double crochets. So now we're going to chain 1, turn, and straight away you're going to do a double crochet in that same stitch where your turning chain came out, because the turning chain is only done to help you turn and we disregard it for the rest. Then now we are going to be working a 2-row repeat. So this is the first row. Now you are going to do, in the first stitch you do a normal double crochet. In the second stitch you're going to do a front post double crochet. So that means you go around the body of the stitch to pick it up instead of into the V, and you do your double crochet. Then you do a double crochet in the next stitch. And this is our first little repeat done. So we start again with a normal double crochet. Then we do a front post double crochet. So you yarn over, go around the post from the front, pick up your yarn and you do your double crochet. Now looking at the back, there is a V here that we will be skipping because of course we haven't used it, we've used the post of the actual stitch. So you skip this V here that's laying behind there, and you go to the next stitch to do your next double crochet. And so the repeat that we are doing is the following: 1 double crochet in the next stitch. In the next stitch you do a front post double crochet, and then you do a double crochet in the next stitch. And we start again, and we repeat this throughout the row. And this is what it looks like. You can't really tell yet, but there is something happening. So I have just done a little repeat here. I now know I have to start another one, so another 3 stitches. So 1 double crochet in the stitch, 1 double crochet around the post. There we go, and then another one into that last stitch. So just tip the work towards you and find the last V to use. Like I said, this one is the one that belongs to this stitch, so this is the last V that you will need to use there. There we go. So that has brought us to the end of the first row of our 2-row repeat. So this is row 1 repeat. Now for the second row that we are going to keep on repeating, chain 1, turn, double crochet straight away into that fast V where that turning chain is coming out of, and then we do a double crochet in the next stitch. There we go. And now we're going to do 2 front post double crochets in a row. So 1 in the next stitch and 1 in the next stitch. So 1 front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches, then 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then in the next 2 stitches 1 front post double crochet each. Then 1 double crochet, then 1 front post double crochet, and another front post double crochet. So this time you're going to be starting with 2 double crochets, then you do 2 1 2 1 2 1, and that way you will get this kind of look on this side, but of course on the other side you will be making the waffles. So let's keep going, and with repeating of course rows 1 and 2, rows 1 and 2, you will create more and more waffles. So let me get to the end of the row and I will show you what it looks like. So now I'm at the end of my row here, and I know I have to end in 2 double crochets just into the stitches like we started here. Okay, and this way we have of course created a different look on the back side of our shawl, but then here we are starting up that iconic waffle look. So let's chain 1, turn, and of course now we are doing the same thing again, the row 1 repeat. So you start with a double crochet, then you do your front post double crochet, and then you do your normal double crochet. And that's how you're going to keep on going. Double crochet, front post, double crochet, and a double crochet. I will see you at the end of the row. last stitch here, and of course then we are going to start doing our second row. Repeat again, so we start with the 2 double crochets, then we do the 2 front post, and then we just do the 1 double crochet, then 2 front post, and then just the 1 double crochet. I will see you at the end of the row. And there we go. So I have finished my second row repeat, and this is what it looks like now. Look at that. Isn't it just lovely? I really enjoy what this looks like. There we go. So let's now have a look at the chunky. So this is the width of the chunky, and it was lovely to do. It's nice and soft, and so the Aran is, as you can see, a little bit shorter. So that's what happens when you change the thickness of the yarn. Your project will be affected. So if you wanted to make this scarf in Aran, you would have to put on more stitches. But imagine, and this is the sampler I did in the tutorial for the waffle stitch, imagine you use DK. Look at this. There's a big difference. So the difference between Aran and chunky really could be almost, you don't notice it. But here, when you are going to be using double crochet instead of chunky, look at how much difference there is. So yes, that is of course the reason why we use sometimes chunky, because this has a chunkier look, but also it will grow a lot quicker. And if you were to do the same stitch in DK, which this is, it's just 30 stitches this, so only 1 repeat less. Obviously this would be, wouldn't grow so much, would need a lot more stitches and would take a bit more work. But there we go. Sometimes the beauty lies in the DK yarn, or in the Aran yarn, or in the chunky yarn. So it's all a choice, of course, but I like to use sometimes something like this. I really do enjoy using a nice chunky and making sure that the project grows in front of your eyes. Right, so make this as long as you want to. Now, when you have done enough rows for your scarf, I did 56 rows, so that's after the initial starting row. So after that, I did 56 rows. So then once you think your scarf is long enough, you're going to chain 1, turn, so you have your waffles facing you again, and then you are going to place a double crochet in each stitch along. So making sure that we finish the same way as we started. And each time you are just picking up the V of the stitches to create a little edge to your scarf. I'm not doing a side border or anything like that, because to be honest, I think with having that little sort of stitch here on the side of these front posts, I think that looks fine. So let's get going on doing our double crochet row to finish our scarf. Just doing my last stitch here, and this will have finished off our scarf nicely. So I do hope you will enjoy making this scarf. It is a lovely effect that you are creating, and I always loved sort of, you know, when I turned it over, seeing how much those waffles stood up. How this stitch is such an easy 2-row repeat with such a stunning effect. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one.